I just restarted, so try refreshing the page. That's weird. It's not supposed to say the at. Well, I think, how about now? Try refreshing now. Cool. Thanks, Dad. My dad's in the stream. Say hi, chat.
Chat.
Say it again.
Hi, chat. Alright.
Alright, bye.
Oh, wait.
What? What?
You're kind of... Oh. You're like tape delayed.
Well, yeah, I'm delayed from, when I'm talking to you on the phone versus YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you go. Bye. It's
Bye.
confusing.
Is Dad single? He should be. I fucking wish. Not a fan. Not a fan of his current situation, if I'm gonna be honest. Hi, Dad. Please don't tell Mom I'm here. Thanks, Mika's dad, for having half her genes in your ball. Say it exactly like that. That's why his username on YouTube is Mika's 50%. Because we make that joke all the time. Because I'm 50% from his balls. Fuck, you're the same height as me. The short King Cross is heavy, but maybe I need the horns. Yeah, do it. You need horns and Doc Martens, and it'll bring you up to a solid 5'11". Hi, baby, I miss you. I miss you too, Mr. Mommy Pharaoh. Are you from the left ball or the right ball? I don't know. I think we need a doctor to dissect my dad's balls. Maybe we could live stream that
Haha, Mika's dad has balls and semen.
What projects do you have lined up? YouTube. YouTube. Because that's how I make money now, apparently. That's my only current project lined up, and then, you know, I have ideas for games that I want to make eventually, but I'm not going to commit to them yet until my mom feels better. And then I have some drawings that I'm just trying to make just for fun. Just for funsies! What do you mean stream involving a tub? It's exactly what it means. A stream where a tub is involved. So I can be in the pools and hot tubs section of Twitch. Can't believe the other sperm bros lost to this. You know what? Are you telling me I'm not worthy? I'm not the worthiest sperm in my dad's nuts? I found that very insulting. Hello, my favorite dumbass. A big hug from Brazil. What's up, dude? What's up? I like Brazil because the favelas look cool. They kind of remind me of the city in Made in Abyss. What am I known for? I don't know what I'm known for. I'm not that famous yet. I'm not really known for anything in particular, I don't think. Although I guess that Baby No Money painting was pretty popular. The one where I drew him pregnant with Sonic the Hedgehog. That one's pretty cool. Mika, you were the fastest sperm. You beat out millions of other sperm. That's crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm fast as fuck, boy. All those other sperms are losers. Your thumbnail for the stream did you so awful. Thank you for the 5. Well, you know, that way people aren't catfished. They know what they're getting into. They know that a fish person is lurking inside of this stream. I don't know how to change the thumbnail for streaming. I guess I can upload a custom one, but that's less enticing, I think. I appreciate the fact that you don't have a gamer chair. It's an Office Depot chair. There's a hole in it. It's pretty old. It's because I sit in it with my feet. Oh yeah, I still haven't fixed how loud that is. My bad. Let me see if I can do that right now. go to the Streamlabs website. Log me in. Log me in, coach. Oh, SpongeBob. Also, there's gonna be a surprise cosplay stream next week, either Wednesday or Friday. Depends on what when the single item that I had to order for it arrives. Surprisingly easy cosplay. Oh yes. Who's that? Who did that? Thank you. One Elemesmo. Thank you for the sub, dude. Thanks. Let's see. Streamlabs, please stop making it so loud, please. Let's take that down to a 18. I think that should work. Let's test it. Preview.
ככה משחקים בקובייה. ככה משחקים בקובייה, חברים. ככה משחקים בקובייה. ככה משחקים בקובייה,
I don't know how to make
חברים.
it less loud. It just doesn't want to work. We're just fucked with that. I'll have to do that like manually in like CapCut or something. Sag. It's cooked. It's cooked! Make a dress up as Kanye West and sing the song. It's not the following sound, I was just testing it out. Maybe we just change it for this stream until I can fix it. Which is unfortunate because I do think it's really funny. But maybe just until we can figure out how to make it less noisy. Let's change it to this one. Just now the Taco Bell sound. Let's see how loud that is.
ככה משחקים בקובייה. ככה
Why is it
משחקים
doing
בקובייה,
both?
חברים.
It's doing both for no reason.
ככה משחקים בקובייה. ככה משחקים בקובייה, חברים. ככה משחקים...
Okay, what if we just took out the video file? How about that? Okay, cool. If we remove the video, it doesn't make that much loud noise. I'll have to fix it in CapCut. Bear with me. I'm not gonna do it now, but for next time. She's not gray enough? Not gray enough for what? Mika, oh, for cosplay? Wait, who's gray that I need to dress up as? What do you mean? What do you mean? I guess Dad nicknamed the Kamikaze because when he became it was a one-way mission. What does that... Does that imply that men can suck sperm back in? Like a silly straw? Is that how it works? Can you guys do that? Oh shit, what the fuck did they yeah. Wait, I couldn't tell who was actually super chatting because I was fixing this fucking thing. Thank you for the super chat, Zipsaw's art. A super sticker. I don't know a super sticker, but thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you, Marcin P2 for the Czechoslovakian 500. You're a real one. I don't know how much money that is, but thank you. I'm grateful regardless. Thank you so much. Will you ever, like, play a game or something? If you guys want me to, yeah. If you guys want me to, sure. I was playing Disco Elysium, like, a little while ago. I think the Advil's kicking in, actually. I think we can move on to doing, art now. We can look at the arts.
Hey Mika, check out my sink.
Oh, that's really loud. Why is it all so loud today? I think it's because I'm, like, in pain and everything hurts more than it normally does. You remind me of Darlene from Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. What is that? Is that the early 2000s show with the robots in it? And I think... Not Eddie Murphy. Robin Williams. Why would I ever get Robin Williams confused with Eddie Murphy? How do I make that mistake? That's incredible. I am so tired. Was that what Mr. Robot is? Disco Elysium racism route. We were doing the brute force hulking strength retard route when I last left off. I think we paused it because Deltarune came out and I wanted to play Deltarune. Wait, is that the real CG matter? Who's that? Who is that? Play some Undertale? I've already played it 1 billion times! Thank you for the super chat, Kenna May, fellow digital artist, slop artist. Your video on
Nika,
color
do you
taught
know?
me.
Did you watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
No, but I have an interesting short story about that. Taught me my a fellow slop. Sorry, I'm so tired. Fellow digital slop artist. Your video on color taught me more than my color theory class. Hope your day doesn't get shittier. That's why I made that video, because my color theory class was also fucking stupid. I had bad habits for years because of the way I was taught color theory, so I'm glad it helped somebody. Fuck. Alright, Discord, where is it? Where's the Discord? Where? Okay. There's that. We're gonna rate arts now. Yeah, if you guys want me to play Disco Elysium next stream or whatever, I'll go back to it. I just didn't think people really were interested in, what am I in the middle of doing? I'm so sleepy. Display capture. I didn't think people were really interested in gaming for the most part, because there's already so many streamers that do that shit. Cintiq. There we go. Oh, that's my Roaring Knight drawing that I'm working on. You guys can critique me too. We all can roast each other today. I'm not sure if it feels like, I'm not sure if the angle is quite there yet. I'm trying to do like this dramatic upper cooch kind of angle. I love that shit. I love dramatic Dutch angles. How do we access the Discord? I guess I'm just gonna be having to post the link every single time. Awesome art. It's coming along. I made a lot of progress on it last night. I finally had the time to draw. My life is semi-starting to go back to normal. Things are kind of going well with my mom. She's getting her injection soon, so that's also cool. It's also cool. Alright, let's see. Where do I start? The thumbnail's not that bad. Could be worse. I've had worse thumbnails of my face. That's something I'm trying to deal with as a content person, is you have to deal with sometimes your face looks like shit on camera. Yes. Sometimes your face looks quite fucking bad. Thank you for the $4.99, Mr. Dan! Hey, August 1st is my birthday. I heard you were having a bad, but it made my day more fun watching your stream. Aw, not really, but good art. Whirlwind of compliments there. Thank you, dude. I'm just tired. My pussy hurts. Where's the art area? There it is. Art discussion. I don't know where to start. I guess you've all posted a lot of them. We'll just start here, where I ended up. Well, I know Silly Lily wants me to rate their artwork. Let's see. Let's start with wherever today begins. This one. Let's start with this. Look at this. Ooh. Ooh. I like this a lot. Damn. Okay. Alright. You guys see my face? Am I on the camera? I should probably tilt my monitor a little bit so I don't, like, move too close. But if I tilt my monitor, all of my shit is gonna fall down. There we go. Good enough. Your fur rendering is peak. This is really cool. My one critique is I feel like all this smoke shit could be illuminating the fur a little bit more based on how close it is to the fur. That's my only thing that I'd say, but holy shit. This is some insane fur rendering. This is like, this looks very real.
There are two wolves inside you. One is Berry Blast. The other is Raspberry Wave.
Yeah, this is fantastic, dude. Love this cum stain here. I would honestly get rid of the cum stain. It feels a little contrived, but I like the rainy overall feel of these splotches. I just don't like this one. It looks very out of place. Inside of you are two wolves. They both have horns, but one has slightly more evil horns. Very good. Very good. This is some basic Viscom stuff. I see you're trying to do. So with Viscom, it's good to practice just feeling shapes underneath your hand, but you don't need to do so much of this shit. It's like, you know, some certain people, depending on what you want to do. Because I had to take 3 units of Viscom when I went to college, and it's very much, it's geared towards product design and like cars and stuff. So if you like doing cars and stuff, if you like doing mechs, this stuff is very valuable. But if you want to just draw people, then you don't really need to worry about this too much. Things don't need to be like super accurate when you're just drawing a pair of titties, for example, and you're never gonna need a perspective grid to draw a pair of titties. But yeah, this is very nice. It feels good. This feels a little bit off, if I'm being honest. I guess if you're following the perspective grid, it's technically correct, but something about it feels weird for this one specifically. I don't know what it is. Couldn't tell you, I'm really tired. But yeah, I remember having to do a lot of this in college, like combining shapes. What you should do, if you're on this trek for now, you should practice lighting them. That's where the real struggle is. Try to figure out how to light these suckers. That's a fun exercise. Or you could just do like what I do and cheat, and you just open up Maya, and then you do that. Something I wanted to try doing. Actually, something I might do eventually is I'll do a video about lighting, and then I'll make a worksheet for you guys where I'll set up a bunch of primitives in Maya, and then I'll trace over them so it's like a worksheet, like you color it in yourself, and then it'll be like, see how accurate you can do the lighting by yourself, and then at the end of it I'll give you the answer. The answer will be the actual rendered scene in Maya, and I think that'd be cool for you guys to practice with. That's something I want to do to practice, but I haven't had time. Oh, I remember this drawing. Don't go easy on me, Mika. Okay, I won't. All right. Let's see. How do I feel about this? I know you said you didn't like, you didn't like the color palette of this, but I like it because it still reminds me of Katamari Damacy. Let's see. Actually, let's print screen this, and we're gonna put it in Photoshop. We're gonna check the values. Yes, lighting vid, please. Okay, I'll teach you guys how to do lighting in Maya if you ever get your hands on a crack of it. Or maybe if I'm feeling real groovy, I'll learn Blender for you guys, and then I'll learn just enough Blender to teach you guys how to do lighting in it.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. I don't know. Depends on what kind of time I have. Thank you for the super chat! Some balding guy rambling into the void. Having a terrible day too. Here, have some parasocial cash. Thank you. I hope your day lightens up, but seeing as you donated in pounds, you probably live in England. I hear England is quite dreary most of the time, and the people are a little unfriendly, so that might be difficult. But you have walkable cities there, which we don't have in the United States, and you know, it's not suburban living like it is here. So my suggestion is maybe go to a cafe, just get some air, go walk around in your ancient streets that you guys have. That's what I would do if I lived in England. All right, let's see, values. Command? I don't have a fucking Mac. What the fuck am I thinking? Okay. All right, so I think the main problem with this is that your contrast is kind of all over the place. So this is the focal point of your drawing. So you have like a lot of good contrast here. You have this very bright white, and then you have, it's complemented by the dark hair. So your eye could very easily stay here, but instead you have the same thing going on in the background, so it's kind of hard to focus. And then let's see, let's check your shading values. So my rule of thumb is like 50%. Let's see. So that's okay. So that's a problem. So your brightness is all the way to 100. You never want to do that, because then you're basically overexposing your drawing. And this is only 91. I would crank that down to 50. But I also just wouldn't use 100% brightness, because that's kind of creating... It's like, it's not allowing you to go many places with it, if that makes sense. So I would watch your values a little bit. And then I think you could yield more contrast if you like push the background back. Basically, your values and your lights and your darks should be kind of unanimous throughout the whole painting. So let's check the value here, because this is the light value. So that's at 89%. So that would be 45 would be good. Okay, so it's kind of not dark enough. The values are just kind of all over the place. So that's your first mistake. Let's see what else. I like the kind of the oil slick thing you have going on with the with the texture overlay. I think that's really cool. I guess what I want to know is like, what is this supposed to be exactly? Is it like paper? Is it a hat? I'm not sure what it is. I do like that you're going for the worm's eye thing though. I think this is like, I know you don't like this piece, but I think it has strong potential in it. I think maybe you could manipulate these clouds as well, so that they could more conform to this worm's eye feeling that you have going. Maybe put like the worm's eye grid on your shit, just as a guide, so you can like figure out where to put these clouds exactly. I think that would help with the composition. And if they're all like converging inward like worm's eye stuff tends to do, that would help your composition because it helps lead the eye to this center right here. But yeah, it's weird. I like it. You just gotta watch your values a little bit. It's a Japanese hat in the future. I'm Scottish Irish, so I'm all for the freedom. Well, none of us are gonna have freedom anymore. Because they're making you use an ID to use YouTube now. It's a hat? Okay, yeah, I figured it was a hat. I'm just like, what kind of hat is it? Maybe show me the reference for what kind of hat this is, and that might help. I don't know how to color properly. No, you do. I can tell that you're, you know, because I saw the color palette you used for this, so I know you're using the limited color palette thing. No, you're on the right track. Let's see. It kind of depends also on what you think your ambient light color is. If it's red, then your shadows shouldn't be blue. They should also be red. But this is more of like a graphic thing, so you can technically do whatever the fuck you want. Because it reminds me, let me pull up this artist. You could probably use this as like inspiration. Pinterest. Pinterest. Don't make me log into Pinterest. Hold on. Actually, maybe we don't need Pinterest. Just use Google like an adult. Yeah, so your stuff reminds me of this person. Like with the wacky color palette and the sort of absurdist feel that it has going to it. Very abstract. Kind of creepy. So if you're painting like this, you can break a lot of rules. You don't have to go with like the whole physically accurate lighting setup. You can do whatever you want, as long as the colors look good. So yeah, look up Inu Curry. Watch Madoka Magica if you haven't. She does the weird witch stuff in that show. I would heavily fuck with this person as far as inspiration goes. Like she doesn't even light anything. It's just all like, it's like ambient occlusion lighting. So yeah, I would use this for inspiration. See if you can grab some ideas from that, from all this stuff, and use it to push your drawing a little bit more. I think I would also like art direct your shapes a little bit more. Let's see, who's good at art directing shapes? lowish. Lowish is good at that. This girl. Okay, so see how, you know, these blobs in the background kind of match the blobs in her hair? See if you can do something like that. See if you can kind of, like, get some harmony going with the shapes of things in your painting. Because that's a good gasm. That's a good gasm for your eyeballs. Your eyes like when there's a lot of harmony in things. See if you can try doing something like that. Get real funky with the shapes a little bit and make them harmonize. Like, for example, see if you can kind of, you know, get the hair to maybe match the clouds somehow. Maybe get the hat to feel more like it's integrated with the shapes that you have. Or vice versa. Like, pick a shape and go with that. Yeah, let's try that. Give that little shot. Let's see the next one that you posted. Oh, this is spooky. I like this. My main critique is that you're kind of all over the place with the rendering style. Because in the background, it looks like you're going for more of the realistic shading, and then up here, it looks like you're going for cell shading. I imagine you're trying to communicate fire with this. So let's check your values. Let's see. So yeah, you're already at the, like, top of the brightness. So with fire, you would be surprised how much of it is actually just white. That's how you communicate brightness with fire. When you've run out of brightness with a certain hue, you start going into, like, white. You go into the white zone. You go into the white power a little bit, so that communicates the brightness a little more. Maybe not even white, because that's starting to look like lightning, but maybe like a very light yellow. Let me pull up Toriel as an example. Where's fucking Toriel? Where did I store that bitch? Where's that bitch at? Just dig around in my files. Hold on.
Hold on. Excuse me. 1 second.
Don't want you guys seeing my Gooner folder. Let's see, it's in my autism folder. Autism, Toriel. Then we open the Toriel drawing. Oh yeah. And then we open the stream back up. Okay, yeah, so you see how, you know, it's like, you know, all this bright yellow and stuff to communicate the heat. That's what you do with, like, fire. I probably could have pushed it more, if I'm being honest. Probably could have made it brighter. Let's see, like, let's see. I have, like, some fire examples in here. You can go really hot with it, like this. And then you can put, like, a glow around it.
It's my favorite streamer, Michael. I am late. Today has been misery.
How many slow burgers have you had?
But the chill art stream is soothing the sorrow. If someone submits an mpreg drawing, though, I will crash out.
I hope there is an mpreg drawing. I swear to God, if there isn't, I'm going
to lose it!
But again, if you're going for a more graphic style, you can kind of ignore this. You can see how Inukuri does fire. Or you can see how a more cell shading kind of artist does fire. But I do like these designs. I think they're fucking weird. This is terrifying, whatever he is supposed to be. He scares me and I like it. I like the sort of... the background. It's like an apocalyptic Midwestern cornfield. I like that a lot. That's spooky as fuck. So your ideas are in the right place. You just need to figure out a rendering style and commit to one. Because it's like, it's half rendered and half cell shaded. You just need to pick one.
Alright, next. Let's see.
Mpreg, any percent? Please, please, I swear to God. I need it. This is an Mpreg. He's not pregnant at all. I like him. He's made out of cum. I like him a lot. Very cum inspired. Let's see. I like this ethereal man. I like his creepy little smile. Your values are good. I would just say your rendering is a little rough. Could, you know, for something as smooth as like a smoke man, you could maybe smooth this part out. This isn't necessarily what a skull looks like. No offense. It just, you know, there's a little more moving parts to it. Kind of looks like Sans Undertale, where there's no distinction with the jaw separated.
That drawing
from the
is
rest
a
of
bit
the...
old. I made that one since I wanted to imitate a few Pinterest paintings I saw, but like, Fire Alpaca lags so hard, that's the best I could do. Also, that's not the Midwest, that's Italy in summer.
Same thing. Same thing, probably. Italy and Midwest are probably the same climate, if I had to guess, as an American who has never been to Italy, and an Italian who has also never been to Italy. But yeah, just study some artists like Inukuri, see what they do. Do a master copy of Inukuri to see how she tackles stuff that you like, material rendering that she does. Poltergoon. TTS isn't doing TTS, it just did. What do you mean? It's just a little slow, just a little laggy. Yeah, the stuff, I'll just intermittently post the Discord into the YouTube chat because people... It's in the description of any of my YouTube videos, by the way, but, you know.
Invite people. Copy.
I've been to Italy, it's beautiful. Well, aren't you cool? Aren't you cool? Isn't that nice? But yeah, back to this. Skull. Look more like this. Or the separation with the jaw. You can stylize it, I think. You can keep it stylized where it's more rounded, I suppose. But I would make the separation of like the cheekbones more apparent. But yeah, other than that, this is fucking weird. I like it. I like the glow coming out of his eyeballs. Or lack thereof. I think that's cool. I like that he's got little holes in them. Good spooky Gooner ghost. This is what Danny Phantom could have been. The ghost of past. Do you time travel? I fucking wish. As a dentist, I love it. There are dentists in the chat. That's cool. Hey, dentist, I gotta ask, why is dentistry so fucking expensive? Why do you hurt me? Why do you insist on doing that to me? This is a drawing of what happens when I don't submit YouTube videos fast enough. I get pelted by Milko with mangoes. This is exactly what happens. I like that I'm also on Girls. I do need to do that recording for Krasno. I remembered, I got your message, but I was too eepy. Post it in the art discussion of the Discord. Post it in that channel, and we will discuss the art. Thank you, Krasno. They hate her because she told the truth. Me getting banned! Alright, ooh. I made this account today, so I hope I'm doing this right. LOL. My main artistic outlet is wood carving, and recently I made a rebellion from Devil May Cry out of pallet board and dry parts of an old dresser. How did I do? Holy shit, man. God damn! You would make a killing in, like, doing commissions for, cosplayers. I hope you're open to commissions, because, you know, you should be. Cosplayers would be going apeshit over this.
Imposter syndrome as an artist has done a lot of bad things to me. When I feel like every successful drawing is a fluke and only the failures are true too. I feel like because it's me creating something, it can't be good.
Same.
3. I feel that all the methods I use are cheating just because they make art easier. 4.
Same.
Never took an art class, so I feel like that makes me a poser.
Well, no, it doesn't make you a poser. You have tools for a reason, and you should use them. But if you feel like you're dirty for occasionally using tools, just do like practice drawings where, the goal isn't to like post it anywhere or be finished with it. The goal is just to like get good. So like, for me, example, I need to do just like hand practice. I need to do more drawings of fucking hands and shit. But I never do that. I should absolutely practice drawing fucking hands. Maybe I'll do that after stream if I'm still awake. Thank you so much. I want to, but I have no idea how to do it over internet. I'm techno-tarded. I think Etsy? Probably? Let's figure that out together as a family. No, I don't want AI mode. Go fuck yourself. Let's ask Reddit how to take commissions for cosplayers. Reddit. I didn't even need to type in Reddit. It just knew. It just knew that I wanted that. General pricing guide, cosplay sites, and commission recommendations. Yeah, so I was right about the Etsy. Seems like it's Etsy. I'll go to the Facebook group called Cosplay Props and Commissions. r/cosplayers. You could also make like an Instagram account and like show off your shit, show off your props and stuff. Like I follow some like fursuit pages that show off their shit. VGen I think is a place to do commissions or something. Yeah, whatever that guy said. How can someone join the Discord? I am presently logged out on Streamlabs, so I can't post the Discord link on Twitch. Somebody else needs to do that. But if you're on Twitch anyway, the Discord link is just in the description of my channel. Redbubble, yeah. My eyes? Oh, is it because we're browsing Reddit? But yeah, this looks amazing. Like, god damn, dude. Like, I can't believe this is fucking wood. That's insane. Looks fantastic. Before and after critique. Oh! Ew! Okay, yeah. It's definitely a lot less busy. But now you have the opposite problem where you just have a shitload of real estate. But this would be a solid wallpaper. Like, this is where you put all of your icons and shit, and this is where you put the plant, man. Tongue is very much communicated. I like that. Let's see. Let's zoom in here. It doesn't look like the leaves are finished because they're just a flat color. Let's see. I'm still figuring out what to do with the flowers. Okay, gotcha. Experimenting with eyes at the moment. Oh, I see. Okay, those are eyes. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. I think wood would also be fun because it's a plant. And if you're doing lighting anyway, you should look at like subsurface on plants and shit. Let's look that. Let's grab that. Let's go full retard with it and communicate the material better. You know, stuff like this. You know, where it's glowing in the sun. I think that would look really cool. Because right now it just kind of looks like paper. But imagine if it was like translucent, kind of shiny paper. Imagine if it were plant. Let's see. I think your shading is a bit too purple, considering the ambient color is your sky. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't shade this dark with purple. I would shade it dark with blue. I think if the sun is coming from here, I think you flipped the dune shading got flipped a little bit. I think it would be on this side now. Again, this is all stuff that you could figure out if you put like cubes and shit in Maya. That's what I do when I don't know what to do. Or you do it the old-fashioned way where you buy like wooden primitives on Amazon for like $10 and then you get a lamp. And you can do it like that as well. I've had someone in France offer to buy my Sekiro swords. I do have an Instagram, but I'm also trying to build it up a bit, but it's hard because of irregularity. Well, the fun thing with Instagram is if you just post a reel and if it gets really popular, you'll have people liking it for the next year before it disappears into the algorithm. So just try to make like a clever showcasing skit of your skills, and you'll get people. Maya maybe in Blender, yeah. If you know Blender, use Blender. I'm not telling you to use Maya on purpose. That's just the one that I know, and I don't feel like fucking switching to Blender. What the fuck is a subsurface? So subsurface is the quality of like skin or plastic, the quality of materials that in thinner spots of it, light passes through it. So as an example, I don't know if you'll be able to, maybe I can communicate this on the camera. So let's say I turn on my fucking flashlight of my phone. You see this? And then I put my fingy on it. You see how my fingy turns a little red? That's because the light is passing through and you can see all my blood and guts kind of inside of my fingy. So your subsurface color is usually dependent on what's inside of your material. So in the case of skin, it's red because there's like blood and guts in there. In case of plant, it's where did the plant go?
Where is it? Excuse me. Excuse me.
It's this kind of yellow color because I guess there's like chlorophyll and like yellow goo inside of a leaf. So yeah, that's what subsurface is. I love subsurface scattering on elf ears. It's such a nice touch. Yeah, dude, that's just the fucking best. It brings so much life to your shit. Especially around like shaded areas. Adding like a weird color. Like even though plants don't technically do this, I guess because it's just looking a little washed out because you used purple as your ambient shadow color when it should be blue. So especially around the boundaries between the shadow and the light, if you add like a little bit of business here, I think I could show you a tutorial where I did that.
Tutorial.
Let's zoom. Let's zoom in. Zoom in more. So, you know, you kind of have these, like, red spots. It's really subtle in this piece. And then you can really tell where her hands are, like, on fire. And it's kind of glowing red. That's an example of subsurface. I usually like to put, like, a little bit of red to communicate, you know, there's skin underneath these places.
Stuff like that. That would make it really pop. That would make it really poppin'.
You could also, you know, what I recommend you do actually is just do a still life of a plant. Just paint a plant in the sunlight, try to nail it as best you can, and then bring back what you learned into your piece. Oh, these are roots, these aren't rocks. So again, yeah, so you need subsurface to communicate that these are in fact roots. As far as roots, you know, there's stringy bits to roots, right? It's because you have like these big thick forms and then you have these like little fibrous bits. That would help communicate the roots more. But yeah, so your main thing is figure out subsurface with plants. Change the shadow color since the ambient light is blue. Change this to blue instead of purple. And experiment with the roots a little bit more. Breaking up these shapes into like little subsections so they feel less like rocks.
Alright, next!
And, you know, especially if you do eyeballs and you do subsurface with the eyeballs, that's gonna make it look really good. Why did I have a bad day? Because I'm on my period! It hurts! And then I had to wake up at 6 in the morning to clean my mom. These are art skills beyond 3D skills. No, it's just observing the things around you, just looking at Earth. Looking how light affects materials around you and taking mental notes of it, and then remembering that when you paint stuff. Alright, we got VizCom again. Let's go! Some nice cubes. Some nice cubes going. You should try shading the cubes. See how miserable that makes you. You get good cross contours to communicate form. Now do it with shadow. Communicate form with shadow. That'll drive you fucking insane. Ooh, we got a nice cummy laptop. Oh, it's cummy with teeth. I guess it's like a laptop mimic, but this when it's on a laptop, it makes me think of cum. I haven't completely lost my form. I'm just very rusty. I started back drawing after 10 years of stopping for some odd reason. It happens. I didn't draw for a very long time when I got more into being a 3D artist. I kind of abandoned it because I was like upset at myself deep down. Like I didn't want to recognize it, but deep down I was upset that I chose the path of a 3D artist instead of a 2D artist. And I always just wanted to be a 2D artist. I never gave a shit about 3D. I just let the recruiter at Gnomon tell me that 2D was a dead art form and that I wouldn't make money doing it. But I don't regret it because now I have all this weird 3D knowledge. Like I know what subsurface scattering is. And I know how to use Maya so I can, you know, shade my shit physically accurately. So, you know, it's not a total loss, but for a while I felt bad about not drawing. I didn't draw for like, let's see, like a good 5 years. It made me feel very dirty, so it's relatable. It happens. Meow 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 meow. Ooh, sick. All right, what we got going here? I like her hair. I can feel the weight of it flowing down her form. I don't know about her thighs. Something about it made me unable to see what you were communicating here. It kind of looks like a drill. Looks like a bee drill, actually. Let's see. Let's look up bee drill. Yeah, it looks like bee drill. No shade, but it looks like bee drill. I think it's maybe this part is too round. Humans are surprisingly very boxy creatures, so sometimes in order to combat that, like instead of making this like a perfect, almost robotic roundness, I would like make the hips a little dippy and kind of, you know, rectangular. This arm's a little short. I would bring it down, maybe down to here. I guess I'll fucking do a paint over.
If you'll let me.
Let's see.
I need a red. We're gonna use a little red. And then use a
So something like this for the hips. Give that more of like an apex. I think that's more of an interesting shape. And then I think the arm would be like down here. And then you would put this business up here. The hands are good. It's a little small. But you know, sometimes you have tiny fucking hands like my dumbass. I like these clouds though. They're nice. Nice and fluffy. I just see the roaring night. Oh yeah, you did. That's something I'm working on. That's my gay little drawing for today. That's me trying to figure out if it looks angled enough. I think I need to make the head smaller to get that feeling. I'm gonna do that right now because it's bothering me. It doesn't feel like it's backwards, or not backwards, back in perspective enough to me yet. That feels a little better. If we put it down. I want her to be looking down at you like you're nothing. Like you're just a little piece of shit. I need this domineering feel. Perspective is hard. What's the scallop? What scallop? What do you mean? What scallop? Scallop? What? Girl is earning mad subscribers with a realness. I don't think they're subscribing to the stream because of the stream. I think they're just watching my YouTube videos in the background. Bye, Queso. Bye-bye. Have a good D&D. Sorry, I forgot the Twitch chat existed for a second. That's my bad. Yeah, I guess I think it looks better. We'll save that.
I'm gonna save it.
Anyway, back to what we were doing. No, not you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe make her hands a little bit bigger. Just a tad. Let's see. Let's fucking check the values. I think what I would do for the drama, for the contrast of it, is I would make the window brighter, because everything's kind of the same value. Because, you know, this is our light source, so we could make it brighter. And we've got this nice rim light going. So we could intensify that to really communicate the form of her body. Yeah, I think I would just add more contrast to this overall. Because you have it going well here with this bit of cloud, but then you kind of stopped doing it with the rest of her body. So I would make the rim light stronger. I would make the window overall a stronger light. Live streams are this generation's version of radio. Yeah, I guess you're right. Never thought about it like that. My goat Undyne kicking their roaring ass in the shelter. Well, you know, because you have the Hammer of Justice, right? Who fucking negdifed the Titan, right? And if the Deltarune lore is the same as Undertale lore, then that means Undyne trained directly under a Gerson. So she should technically be able to also negdiff the Knight. I believe Undyne is perfectly okay down there in the pregnancy bunker. So yeah, I would just add more contrast to this basically and fix the forms a little bit more.
And then it should be all Gucci. Should be all Gucci in your coochie, dude.
Yeah, you can probably also just push back these forms because they're not really relevant to the subject. But like keep them there so that you know, oh, she's looking out at a window. But yeah, blur them up a little bit. Otherwise it just kind of looks unfinished, I suppose. But yeah,
Try that.
does this mean stuff like Critical Role is radio serial? Aren't podcasts also sort of like radio, huh? Maybe Undyne is the girl. Could be. I think the girl is Noelle. Hey, I saw a few of your videos just now. I'm looking for a 3D artist to work with for a visual novel. I reached on your Instagram if you're interested. As appetizing as that sounds, I cannot currently commit to that because I have a sick family member that I have to take care of full time. And for example, I'm extremely tired because I got 3 hours of sleep because of that very reason today. I'm very tired. But thank you for the offer. If you join my Discord, there's lots of 3D artists and shit in there. I have a channel called Portfolios and Commissions, where there's lots of people who would love to take work if you're offering, and you've got lots of people that are more talented than me in there, and you could poach one of them. Wasn't Undyne trained by cops in Deltarune? I don't fucking know. We don't really know a whole lot about Undyne and Deltarune, technically. Thank you for the crit. I did the Eepy Girl piece based on a song. That's cool. I want to draw something based on a song. I want to take a nap. I'm so fucking sleepy, it's unreal. Oh yeah, you have nice colors too, by the way, there. It's like an analogous palette. Looks nice. Good feel. Ooh. This is spooky as fuck. What does this remind me of? What does this remind me of? I don't know, but it's cool. But my critiques. So your shading, she's looking a little washed out as far as her skin goes. I would add more, you know, some deeper reds. It would communicate some deeper reds for her skin tone instead of just like this dark kind of brown. Let's see what you did here. She's looking a little gray and muddy. Let's see. So this is there. This is there. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't look like you used an ambient color to shade her, which is, you know, technically could work in a very specific lighting situation, but I would just pick an ambient light color and use that as your shadow tone, because it looks nicer, basically. Otherwise, it implies that she's just in a windowless room. We've got an interesting rendering style. It feels, it's like, feels very early 2000s. It's kind of cool. It's like evil Frutiger Arrow. It's like the Matrix. So that this is probably 100% black. Well, it's close, it's 3. So I would avoid that if you can. Try not to go too dark with your darks, because it can be very visually distracting. Because it looks like you're going for both physically accurate lighting and then just ambient occlusion lighting. I think maybe you should just pick one of those to do instead of both. Because, like, I guess her shadow would be cast on the sword and there would be her reflection in it from the metal. But this could also be like a stylistic choice. You've got a very strong style. I guess what I would do, I would just mainly focus on the muddiness of it. Because it feels like you did that thing where you did everything in like black and white and then you colored it in later. That's what it's feeling like to me. And I think that's a bad habit. Yeah, I guess I don't necessarily like the color palette. It's kind of all over the place with the color palette. I would experiment with some different colors here. This cool looks like, reminds me of D. Gray Man. I don't know what that is. I mean, I've heard the term. What is D. Gray Man? Let's look it up. Is it a band or is it an anime? I don't remember which one. It's an anime, manga, whatever. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, huh? I would mostly play with that color palette a little more. Would you leave it blank or what? Oh shit. Thank you, Video James, for the gorillion subs, dude. Thank you. Toon Spies, what would you do instead? What do you mean? What? Huh?
Oh, yes.
Would you leave it blank and vent a space? What do you mean? I'm confused. Maybe more blues on the sword would look cool. Yeah, because there's a lot you can do with bounce light and reflections to make everything feel more unified. Thank you, Mr. James. Yeah, try that out. Try playing with the colors more. It's just it looks dry. It looks ashy. It looks ashy. Add some lotion to it. But I like the composition overall. It looks fucking freaky.
Alright, next one.
Oh, yes.
Concept. Oh, this is cool. This is fucking freaky. I really like your inked work. I like this a lot. I like this little man. I like him.
Alrighty.
And we got Seth coming in hot! Posted this the other day at the ass end of the stream, so it didn't get seen. A recreation of a Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles that took me like 20 damn hours. Alright, let's take a look-see. This is interesting. You always have some interesting color palettes going on. I like that about it. But I feel like you also do the thing that I highly recommend people don't do, where you do the grays first and then you color it in later. But somehow you manage to make it look interesting when you do that. It's almost like intentional, like that's the look you're going for. Let's see, I think his arm got a little bit too bulky compared to the rest of his forearm and his extremely twinkish face. He's like Johnny Bravo, but with a beautiful anime twink's head. So I would maybe tone down the muscle mass a little bit, anatomy-wise. But yeah, with like the gray stuff, it's kind of difficult to see what's going on. But I do like that there's these areas of color to accent things. I think that's really interesting. I think maybe because it creates a bit of a rhythm a little bit. It's just some parts of it are getting lost. Like I can't tell what's going on here. Like sometimes it's good to like lose things in the composition, and other times it's like, okay, I don't really know what's going on in the drawing. So that's like a delicate balance with the painting. I have this thing with my art where I always want the colors to look sort of messed up, if that makes sense. Also, his face was even more twinkish in the original.
ככה משחקים בקובייה. ככה משחקים בקובייה, חברים. ככה משחקים בקובייה. ככה משחקים בקובייה, חברים. ככה משחקים.
Thank you very much, Anonymous. This is why I asked, you all have so many different ideas of how to fill in space. Do I give it an invented world background, or do I just make a solid color background that's harmonious? You can do either or, just experiment. Because I also hate doing backgrounds. Sometimes I don't fucking do backgrounds because it's a pain in the ass. But you know, if you're scared of doing backgrounds, just take pictures in your kitchen like what I do. But yeah, I can tell this was a stylistic choice. It doesn't look fucked up. It just looks like, okay, so I see you're doing the grayscale to color thing, and then you're adding color later, but it's like intentional. You're not really using it as a crutch. This is just like, because every time I see your stuff, I know like, oh, this is a Seth drawing. So you have like a very distinct style, and that's good. I would maybe, let's
Take it into Photoshop.
So yeah, you have some nice areas of lighting that are good compositionally. I like this rhythm that it's going around, like snaking around into this S curve. Maybe what I would do is I would maybe make the background, the value of the background more distinct from the rest of it, because it all looks a little uniform. So that hurts your composition slightly. I would make perhaps the background maybe the darkest part of your drawing, and then I would just fix the arms. That's it. It's really good otherwise. It's very beautiful. You definitely have a style that I've never seen anybody else do properly, actually. That's really cool. You stick out for sure. Hi Kamikaze, I just broke a tooth. What a nice day. Everybody's having a shit day, isn't it? What day is it? Is it Friday? Is it Friday the 13th? No, it's the 1st. Can't really glaze me for the composition since this is a redraw of a game box art. I did completely change the colors though. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, because eventually you'll do this enough times to where you'll think about, okay, I want to make a Seth original. I want to do a Seth Disney Channel original, and you'll go back to the time you did the Castlevania repaint, and you'll be like, you know that thing that I did with the S curve composition? I'm gonna do that again, but it's gonna be a Seth original, and then you can just copy the composition. So you know, it's not bad to just redraw things. It'll train you for later when you want to do your own thing. More of a photographer than artist. I'm about to learn, but with this makes me think it needs more subject separation in order to pop. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I think the background should maybe be darker to make, the subjects pop out more. Turning into my favorite anti-DEI YouTuber. A lot of people are mad about that. I guess it doesn't surprise me that there are people who want to think that this is Sydney Sweeney thing is racist. So I guess we're going full circle back to 2016, where SJWs are back and really annoying again. Where is the wall of meat? Is that a thing in Castlevania? Is there a meat wall? I got an ISIS today. Ew. Ow. Does it hurt? Is it big? Ew. Yeah, I didn't darken the background as much as I should. I mean, it's a simple fix. You just go back over it in whatever painting program you use with like a darker brush. And just make it darker with a multiply layer. And just use, if, I don't know, what do you use? Fucking Procreate? You can just like, if they have a fucking liquefy tool, you can just squish his little meat speck in. So he's less of a terrifying Hulk and Twink man. But yeah, I really like what you do with colors. The whole fluorescent nightmare thing, it's really cool. DEI acts like MLK never had his famous speech and didn't die for it. Yeah! Imagine we've forgotten all about Mr. Martin Luther here. The real question is, what is Sydney Sweeney? Sydney Sweeney looks like a fish. And I'm not saying that to be a hater. I'm saying that because I also look like a fish. So, you know, fish recognizes fish. So we're united on that front. But, people like her because she's got nice booberts. She's our modern sex symbol, I think. She's like, you know, 2025 Marilyn Monroe. So, I think that's the appeal. Suppose that's what Sydney Sweeney is. She's a sex symbol. A good marketing tool. Are the horns real? Yes. MLK was a communist. I did hear that. I did hear he was a communist, and I also heard he like cheated on his wife a bunch of times. So did Dr. Seuss, incidentally. I don't know if Dr. Seuss was a communist, but I know he fucked around on his wife, which is not cool.
Alright, next. Next tour.
Ooh. Spoiler? Why is it spoiler? Is this porn? Should I open this on stream? I'm just gonna, just in case. I guess this isn't porn. You didn't draw on, I guess, I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna chance it. I'm not gonna chance it. We've had this problem before on Twitch. This is enough titty for me to not want it on the stream. But it's really cool. It does look like you're doing grayscale to color. I like the color scale, not the color, I don't like the color at all. I like the character design. How do I re-spoiler this? This is gonna be difficult to critique with, like, the slight amount of nipple. How do I re-spoil it? Fuck! Oh, spoiler. Spoiler! How do I do it? Oh no! I don't know how to re-spoil this. This is gonna be, fuck, I don't want to get in trouble! We're just gonna zoom in on a different one. This one looks really fucking sick. This fucks me up. This is great. I love this a lot. This is very Dark Souls boss, or at least I think it is. I've never played Dark Souls, I've never played Elden Ring, I've never played any game like that. I've played Hollow Knight, which I think counts. Because it's difficult and a pain in the ass, but yeah, this fucks. This fucks so hard. Put a black box over the boobers, but I'll scroll away and then you'll see the boobers again. Oh, click another chat? Okay, I'll try that. Let's try that. Oh no, I have to scroll all the way fucking down to find it. God damn it! Was it up or was it down? Fuck. Fuck my booty hole. Fuck. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know where we were. wait, hold on. We went too far, I think. We went too far up. We're down in August 1st territory. We need to go all the way down. Okay, there we go. Okay. It's spoilered. But I like the designs. It just feels muddy. Oh, this is fucked up. This is real fucked up. I love this. This is fucking fantastic. Your colors just look washed out, though. It's just very muddy. But I guess that kind of adds to the Souls-like appeal. This is why I don't play Souls-likes, because they're all fucking desaturated and they make me depressed. That's why I don't like playing them. I mean, I need my tough games to have cute little guys in them. That's why it has to have. That's why I liked Hollow Knight, because there was a silly little bug. Damn, y'all are talented. Y'all are talented. I don't know if you've ever seen the artwork from the game Blasphemous. He definitely has inspiration from that. Wasn't that the game you were telling me about? Like, I posted something on Instagram. It was like a witch dancing with a corpse. Is that what you're talking about? That one? Yeah, I love this. No notes, just your colors are drab, but I guess that's intentional. That's just a thing I personally hate. I like when colors are nice and cute and green and blue and pink. Oh, I love these. This is good concept art stuff. This is sick as fuck. You're like smurfing in here. You're smurfing in my fucking art Discord.
You're not allowed to be better than me, okay? You're not allowed to do that!
Very good shit. Not intentional, I'm just bad at color. Oh, how to get good? Check out my color theory tutorial. In my YouTube channel. It'll tell you all about it. It's all about how you color stuff.
Alrighty, next.
Ooh, see, these are the colors I like.
Nice and cute. Nice, cute colors.
Well, fuck. Alright, so we've got anatomy issues for sure. It's kind of like a stained glass a little bit though. That's kind of nifty. But let's look at these anatomy issues. Okay, so the perspective of her like boobsticles in her head is very off, because it looks like her head should be coming this way, like her neck should be out here. I should draw on a different layer. Oopsie. Like her head would be over here. Here would be her fucking anime head. And kind of be out there. It looks like she's breaking her fucking neck. I would design the anatomy a little bit more. Like, instead of having like this round, like she's a hunchback, just have it like a more of a, like just at an angle. I think these shoulders would be out down here and a bit longer. And boobs don't really do this unless they're like glued on. So what I would do, I need to not accidentally tip my fucking monitor over. Something like this instead. So the cleavage would be more like this, coming out like that. A very fat milkered young woman here. But your anatomy's not terrible. You're on the right track. You just need to, you gotta reel it in a little bit. So you did try with the hands. I respect that. What's up, Mika? What's up? Pale Hand Game. Hope your day is going better. The Advil's kicked in, so that's helping. 2 streams in one day. Not am I lucky? 2 streams is a interesting way to put my stream died in the middle of the first one. Anatomy is like that because it's one frame from a Sakuga scene. Let me see the reference, maybe. Because if it's like that in a Sakuga scene, I think Sakuga needs to go back to art school, perhaps. So for her pose, I don't know how I feel about it. Looks like she's standing and flying at the same time. If she's like supposed to be floating, I would communicate that more. So instead of like going down at this angle where it looks like she's stepping, I would like have it down here. And then I would like pop her other foot like up there.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for the $2, Mr. Lampshade. This foreshadowed that. What? Interesting name. I'm glad I stumbled on this channel. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, she is kind of floating like a haunting ghost. Yeah, I think compositionally it kind of looks like she's just falling down. I guess if she's meant to be floating, I would have her above, like much more above these fucking gravestones here. Like floating solidly above them to communicate that she's floating more. Otherwise it kind of looks like she's tripping over them. Your color palette's cool. Everything feels harmonized. It does feel a little busy, but again, there are good ways to do. There are ways to make a busy drawing look nice. Let me grab the goat again. Where did I put fucking? Why? Why? Opera. Is Opera stuck between monitors? I think it is. Oh. Oops. Close the music. There we go. No, I don't want. Fuck off. Excuse me. Stop being a whore. We're gonna look at Inukuri again. Your assignment is to look at Inukuri artwork. There are ways to do really fucked up, busy looking drawings. Cluttered in a way that's nice. Definitely study this person, because it feels like that's what you're going for anyway. So yeah, just take a look at some Inukuri stuff and watch your anatomy, basically. Yeah, I would pop this leg up so it's like... Let's fucking paint over it. Let's pretend it's not there. Maybe put it more up here. Like that. I think overall I just don't really like this pose. It feels like it's just the angle that it's at is kind of fucking the composition up for me. I think what it is I would have her more centered. Like say, instead of like me actually doing it, like say she was like this. I think that would do it more justice. Instead of having her at like this weird diagonal. But yeah, I'll study some Inukuri stuff. Let's see next. It's not a butthole, it's a belly button. What the fuck is this? Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate it. I hate that. I don't like it. I love this, but I hate this. This is terrifying. Oh, man. I like this. You did this very, very nicely. These pinches in his mouth here. This looks very good. This hurts me physically. I fear for my life. I don't know what to say about it. Banned from Twitch for eggplant asshole. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I believe the belly button. I don't think it's a belly button. I think you're just trying to say that for Twitch. For all intents and purposes, it's a belly button, so Twitch doesn't get on my ass. But yeah, this is beautiful. I really like. Oh shit, disappeared. You got the concave eyeball iris looking really good. That looks really nice. It's a very nice but subtle but nice touch. I fear for the person who has to eat this. Cursed, I love it. Alright, they're mostly whips, but I wanted to know how do I score compared to people you've worked with. Not looking into getting into the industry, but I like to know where I stand. Well, this is sick. I like this a lot. You definitely, you stack up with people I've been to school with, stack up with people I've worked with. You have a really good understanding of all of the subtle little forms on the face, which is an underrated skill. Like, this feels really good. You've got the jowl going. A lot of people forget that there are jowls. You've got the nice nasal labial folds. All this stuff happening here feels really good. All this, like, subtle... all the subtle striations of the pectoralis looks fantastic. Hair could be better, but hair's a pain in the ass anyway, so, like, don't worry about it. I would use, like, instead of sculpting hair, I would use, like, a hairbrush for this kind of stuff. Like, let me see if I can find... Where's that fucking drawing? Where is it? Well, it's not a drawing, it's a sculpt. Maybe I have it open in ZBrush. Actually, I have no idea where the file would even be. Would it be there? Or no. Where do I store all of my shit? I have no idea. I need to fix this fucking computer. I don't know where I put anything. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Maybe I'll just open ZBrush. See if it's in there somewhere. This is the shit you see in Berserk. It does feel very Berserky. I have to pee really bad.
I have to pee really bad, actually.
Shut up, ZBrush. Let's see, where would I have stored that from a gorillion years ago? It's kind of sad to see, like, all of my past ZBrush work, because I just, I just stopped. Because there's no reason to ever again. Here it is. I miss 3D in a way, but not enough for me to go back to it. At least not yet. I just move this to my screen. Okay, here we are. Yeah, so this is what I do for hair, is I usually draw, or not draw, I sculpt the initial mass, right? Underneath all of this shit. And then I get, like, a hair curve brush to get, like, these fine details. Because it's kind of a pain in the ass to do by just fucking sculpting it in by hand. So that's why these curve brushes are really helpful for hair. That's what I like to do. That's what I do. There's, like, internally, there's, like, a big clump of something in here. Let me see if I can find it in the subtools somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I deleted it. I don't fucking know. I probably didn't delete it, right? I don't know if that's a subtool is. Hair all. Oh, wait. Let me see. How do I auto group? I forget. I don't remember how to use ZBrush anymore. Polygroups. That one. Well, there's just so much fucking geometry in here that I can't really separate it. But yeah, I start with like a base shape and then I curve brush on top of it to create the illusion of individual strands of hair, which I think looks a lot nicer than doing this. And it's a lot less of a pain in the ass. The artists have so much stuff to deal with. I think 2D artists have a lot of stuff to deal with too, because like when you're a 3D artist, you never have to worry about perspective. It's just built in, and perspective is a big bitch. You never have to worry about foreshortening when you're doing 3D, because it just does it for you. Give Undyne a Futo wiener. Why is text-to-speech not being fucking... Why is it lagging so hard? I have no idea why. Alt-G is the auto group? Okay, I don't remember. You could do little guys like the girl that does cool frogs, huh? We should all poo together, huh? Excuse me? Yeah, this is great. Let's check out your little T-Rex here. I like him. He looks like a penis. You'd be really good at doing, like, bad dragon dildos. He looks like a penis. Looks fantastic, yeah. You're better than a lot of people I know. Hi, say hello to Brazil, please. Hi, Brazil. Hi, Brazil. How's it going, Brazil? Hi, Brazil. That's some good... That's some tight dick skin. Yeah, it's like a nice foreskin you got happening. It looks very good. Very elegant foreskin you have on this Tyrannosaurus. I'm from Brazil too. A lot of CG people seem to be from Brazil. I wonder why that is. Doing 3D as like a career seems to like hit Brazil very hard. Mika has seen some odd penises in her time. Who hasn't? Who hasn't seen the odd penis here and there? P-Rex. Press 2 in the chat if you're from Brazil.
Alright, next.
My first hand-painted 3D model. Ooh. Artichokes. Interesting. So to really determine the true beauty of a hand-painted asset, and I will open ZBrush again for this. Actually, you know, I'm gonna take a piss like an adult first before I get into this. I'm gonna go pee-pee because I'm allowed to do that. It's my stream, I can pee if I want to. I'll be right back. There's a lot of fucking Brazilians here. Holy shit, dude. Why is everybody Brazilian? Argentina represent. I'm not ethnically Argentinian, but I live there as a babby. And I have a lot of family that lives there. Because we all went to escape fucking Benito Mussolini in World War II. That's why I have so many relatives in Argentina. Be right back. I'm gonna piss!
Alrighty. Now where were we?
The Brazilians have united. They're all being very Brazilian in the chat. I read the Reddit post about the guy being fired after reposting that. Wait, reposting what? What happened? Who got fired and why? Wait, she didn't put up the I'm pooping intermission sign because I was taking a piss. I wasn't pooping, that's why. So we will go again to ZBrush. Project recent. No. Yes. Yes, recent. Oh, am I stupid? Yes, because I'm very tired. Jesus McAss 2 was the file, I believe. Alright, so in order to tell if you did good with a hand-painted asset, you're going to want to get it to look as good as you can without any lighting information. So all the lights in ZBrush are turned off. The only thing illuminating it is the ambient occlusion. That's the only thing making it look like there's any lighting at all, because there is no lighting, you're faking it. So what I would suggest is rendering it without lights. You're going to see how well you can communicate materials without any PBR whatsoever. You're just going to paint them to the best of your ability. Love your work. Thanks! Girl failures are honored Brazilian idols. Brazilian, like, strange girls on the internet. I think everybody likes those. Mika, for your character, did you use a base mesh or is the body built from scratch? For this, I went into the League of Legends files and I just grabbed the Tristana mesh, and it was like all separated into unwelded polygons and triangles, and it was a pain in the dick to work with, but I didn't want to have to like go through all the trouble of like getting all the proportions 100% Tristana accurate when I was like teaching myself how to hand paint in addition to all that shit. The goal was not to polymodel for this, the goal was to paint it. So I didn't mind just grabbing the model first, directly out of the game files. Speeds up your ability to practice. But there's like other stuff, like I had to build this. Because obviously Tristana's gun is not a fucking shark. And then I had to add this fucking inner tube, all of these little bits and bobs. I just grabbed the Yordle base model, basically. And then I took everything off of her that wasn't her body. I made the hair, you know, started with a base mesh. Is a portfolio of just hand-painted models like that something people do? They do. If you want to work for Riot, you kind of have to, from what I've heard from a recruiter. That, or you have to be really good at sucking somebody's dick at the company. You have to be really good at slobbing on that knob in order to work at Riot. I don't recommend you doing this because, one, Riot is a shitty place to work.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for, I don't know what currency it is, but thank you for 100 of them. Thanks. Keep crushing it, you magnificent slice of humankind. Thank you so much. I can't read your name. I don't know how to read that, but thank you. Hi, Cruci over anything else changed my mind. No, I agree with you. Noelle can watch from the chair. Brother just sent you 100 inshallah bucks. Thank you. Right, so back to this. But yeah, so with hand-painted assets, turn off all the lights. And your goal is to get it to look good with no lighting information. So for this, I can tell that it probably isn't looking great without lights. It feels a little, well, it feels a lot low res in areas. You could stand up the resolution so it looks less pixelated. I think if you're going with a pixelated look, like the whole object should look pixelated. I don't know how to do this. I know you can do it in Blender, but like, I think there's a filter, I don't know if it's a filter or a system of nodes that you can use to make it look like old PS1 graphics. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. It's like, it's got like visual jitter to it. Like this. You see all the visual noise? So perhaps from, like, that standpoint, it would look good, but it just looks awkward when it looks like you have this high-resolution asset with low-resolution textures on it. So instead of, like, these white bits, because those stand out a little bit much, unless the implication is that underneath it, it's just white. But I don't know, I don't think that looks good. It's the same with these, I think, what are these, artichokes? Instead of like just white, I would make it like a yellowish green. But you're on the right track where you have like the edge where you do have like some ambient occlusion where you're in these like shadowed areas, or maybe you don't. I can't tell because you have lighting turned on for this. But you're gonna want to try to do the best you can to fake the lighting by hand. And I think that's what makes a good asset. Like, especially for this area. Like, you kind of did really good on the screws as far as making it feel metallic. But it looks like you kind of forgot to do the rest of it here. But yeah, I would increase your resolution and turn off the lights. Like, here just looks like you didn't texture at all for this bit. And the bird looks a little bland. But yeah, you're going to want to do everything you can to imply that there's lighting information without any real lighting information. I think there is a... Depending on what you painted this in, because what I did when I was doing the Tristana is that, like, there's a Dota 2 material plugin thing that I downloaded for Substance Painter to get the ambient occlusion pass. And I used that as my base, and then I painted the rest of it in 3D Coat. I forgot what the name of that guy is who does all the 3D Coat tutorials. If I remember, I'll post it in the Discord somewhere, but that's where I learned how to do this shit. It's like a hand-painted asset guy on Instagram somewhere. Dude's gonna artichoke himself. What? Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Nobody. What method do you use for faces? Is it custom? What do you mean by that? Like faces for sculpting? Faces for drawing? What do you mean? I love painting metallics. Gold had a grip on me for years. Yeah, dude, it feels so good when you do shit like that, right? It's like so satisfying. Like her hair. I think I spent the most time on her fucking hair just to get it to have that sort of transmission that hair has. And, you know, obviously her makeup. Since I'm a girl, I know how to do makeup by default, so this part was really fun. Got her contour. Got her highlighter on her nose. Shit's fun. Too bad Riot sucks. Too bad Riot sucks dick, guys. Also, a fun thing you can do is, like, imply bounce lighting by having the light bounce directly onto forms by painting it in by hand, like this area of blue, and it's implying that there's bounce light coming off from her inner tube and shit. That's a fun thing to do. It's like it's the best of both worlds. That's why I like doing hand-painted assets so much, because it's like you get to do 3D and you get to do 2D at the same time. It's the ideal situation. Like, this part was really fun. Like, there's no geometry here. It's just flat. For her gun. There's no tongue. Just flat. It's just painted. I love doing shit like that. It's so fun! It's so satisfying when it looks good. She's supposed to be in a pool. Yeah, it's like, it's a pool party skin for League of Legends. Why are people mentioning Pabst Blue Ribbon? Are they? The shark looks like he's on Fent. Yeah, resource maximization. Yeah, because, you know, since League of Legends is made in a very ancient and shitty engine, everything has to be low poly, right? So it's become its own art form to do as much as you can with as little polygons as possible. So it's all low poly stuff. Like, you know, these little creases aren't geometry, they're painted in. Half of her top isn't even geometry, it's just like I painted it in, some of it. Actually, no, I guess it is geometry. Some of it is. You know, anything you can do to not add additional polys. It's kind of like a fun puzzle, right? Like, here, this little detail with the ridge of her inner tube. Again, it's hand-painted in. But, yeah, Riot didn't recognize my genius. They only hire people that are good at sucking dick, I guess. Well, no, the issue is I don't have, like, a ton of this. This is, like, the only piece that I have that's, like, this. And I didn't feel like fucking doing more shit. I didn't feel like making an entire portfolio of this stuff, because, like, who has time for that? I mean, I tried, but by the time I got, like, halfway through my second hand-painted piece, that's when they started laying people off. Thank you for the sub, Mr. Spirits King Loki! Right, wouldn't you do this in grayscale? No, why would you do it in grayscale? That just makes your job harder. Don't do that. Mika admitting she's bad at sucking dick. Low poly style is goated. Yeah, it's really fun.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you for that. Ooh, 69! Got him! Sex number! Thank you, Calidescent. Nice. See, the joke is that I don't I donated 69 bucks, which is a funny number, but since I'm explaining the joke, it's totally ruining the shit who left all that spaghetti everywhere. Well, I guess it didn't ruin the joke, because I read the money first, because I'm a greedy little whore. All I care about is scamming my audience for dollars, so I read the money first! But thank you. This evokes fun. Riot does not like fun. They like misery. Yeah, there's an ex-rioter that comes in here sometimes. And he loves to talk shit about Riot, and I love listening to him talk shit about Riot. It does not look like a fun place to work. But, you know, the art style is cool. One day, I'll have time to make a game where all the assets are this. All these hand-painted, low-poly assets, like fucking Banjo-Kazooie. That's where gaming fucking peaked. I hate realistic-looking games. I hate the hair cards. I hate the very shitty-looking subsurface scattering. I hate the face tracking animations. All that stuff looks like shit. This is peak gaming. We've been over this. Sucking dick is a passion for Mika. Don't make your passion your job. We love doing grayscale here. Makes your job take twice as long, so it's worth it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't do grayscale to color. Unless you're Seth and it's an artistic choice. It just makes your job take twice as long. There's a place for realism games, but not every game needs to look realistic. Yeah, I'm tired of every single fucking game looking the same. That's why I don't like it. It makes every game look identical. That's why I only play fucking indie games, because indie games respect that you can make stylistic choices. Nintendo hire this man? I don't want to work for Nintendo. They're mean. They made the Switch 2 a miserable experience, and I won't buy it. I got Mario Odyssey, Link's Awakening, Metroid Prime, and Resident Evil for 70 bucks. Thrift stores are so epic. Oh, nice! Nice, I didn't know you could get fucking video games at a thrift store. Alright, next. Oh, thanks, Mort. Thank you for this beautiful painting. I love the realism of the Adobe stock watermark. It really sells it. This looks exactly like me. Very nice. Alright, let's go Seth again. I'm not posting another one since me double posting is dipping already massively greedy at me. The one thing that has seen the server ages ago, the idea behind it was to actually just make something that expressed the feeling of being emotionally drained. Unsure if it does that at all. It does. It does do that. This is what white people feel like when they go to Shibuya. This is what, like, passport bros feel when they're like, oh, I'm gonna go to Japan and I'm gonna get me a nice, submissive Japanese wife, and she's gonna love me automatically because I'm white, and Japanese people, they all definitely fetishize the whites, because white power. I'm gonna do that. And then they go to Japan and that doesn't fucking happen, because Japanese girls don't actually like white dudes. They would rather date within their own fucking culture, and they think white dudes are fucking scary. And there's also the language divide, like, you know, you probably don't fucking speak Japanese, so you're never gonna have anything to talk about this bitch with. Yeah, that's exactly... That's what happens. That's what happens when you're a white man in Japan. You're contemplating your life choices. Rain World mentioned? Well, who mentioned Rain World? I'm that bitch that tells everyone to play Rain World. That game has incredible pixel art. Rain World. I don't think I've heard of it. Have I? Maybe. If it's the game I'm thinking about.
Rain World.
Yeah, it's this game with, like, the bunny slug. I've heard of this game. The way they do fights is really interesting. It's like a good use of AI, where, the fights are procedurally generated by, an AI, which is interesting, because that means you have a unique experience with every boss battle. It's really cool. It's one of those things that I say I'll play, but never will. Was Kamikaze a white man in Japan once? That was specific. No, but I've dated a passport bro. And, yeah, his experiences were like that. And then I don't think he liked me because I'm not, Japanese. Probably. That's probably what the reason was. I tend to date a lot of men that are really into Asian women. And then they date me. And then I ask them, hey, what's your type? And they're like, Asian women. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you dating me then? And they're like, oh yeah, shit, my bad. And then I get dumped.
Alrighty, next.
This is the second piece in my Insomnia series. We're currently working on the third one. Alright, let's fucking go. This is cool. This is very atmospheric. Oh, what the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ. These are weird. I like it. I have no notes for this. This is fantastic. Lighting's good. Composition's good. You have the light leading to where it's supposed to, where the viewer is supposed to look. The color palette's fantastic. No, it's fantastic. Do a kickflip? No, I don't want to stand up. My type is autistic weird girls regardless of ethnicity, as it should. White Men in Japan sounds like song title. Well, there is technically a song like that. It's called Turning Japanese by the Vapors. It's exactly that. Stellaris is this grand strategy game that got in hot water for using AI. They used AI voices for the... Ah! Thank you for the scream. They used AI voices for the fictional AI assistant in the game. I don't really understand it, though, because the VA were paid. That's interesting. Yeah, you know, I don't really know how ethical it was. I just know I watched a breakdown of what they did for Rain World, and it wasn't like they just pushed a button and there you go. It fights automatically now, grabbing data from other people. Like, no, this guy programmed his own AI to do the things that he wanted it to do, and it's like not AI generated. It's like an AI, like the boss, the fucking enemy reacts to what the player is doing in real time using AI, if that makes sense. So it's like, it's, you know, it's different. It's not like just button mashing bullshit. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Marcin P2. Thank you for the Czechoslovakian, Czech Republic. Which one is it? One of them doesn't exist anymore, and I always forget which one it is. Thank you for that. I only support Asian artists, by the way. I'm not Asian, unfortunately. So you might have wasted your money a little bit there, but I appreciate it anyway. What makes Riot suck so much? Is it worse than Blizzard? I see a lot of people on ArtStation making skins for them by the dozen. Well, everybody wants, like, the clout of having worked for
I made a
company
meme
like
on
that.
TikTok and it is currently doing numbers, and I mean numbers. You want to see it?
I do want to see
XD.
it. I remember you saying, because I went to your stream last night, and I remember you saying that. And then when I took a nap earlier, I dreamt about it, even though I haven't seen it yet. I don't know how to explain that, but I saw it in a dream. But I would like to see it in real life, yes. But yeah, it's just like working at any other big studio where you have a lot of fucking clowns that shouldn't be there, shouldn't be working there, aren't qualified to be there. You have like a lot of
URL.
URL. Let me click that for a second. I don't know. I guess I can't get in trouble for saying this because I'm not the one that worked at Riot. This is just things that I heard through the grapevine, so I can't get in trouble. But apparently, what happens a lot at Riot is the higher ups, the white guy higher ups, will just hire like cute Asian girls if they think they have a chance at fucking them. So you have a lot of people who are not qualified to work there because they got hired for being hot. And then there was that thing where Riot got sued in like 2016 because of all the inappropriate behavior, like one of the executives farting in people's eyes. I have a friend that works there now, and he says he hates it because of all the layoffs. Now he has to do the work of 3 people, and it's been quite a grind for him. Very unpleasant place to work. Let's see. Let's click this TikTok link. Let's look at Duck's meme. Hold on. When your barber talked about her put was surprisingly warm and tight despite being dead, but you got school tomorrow and the cut looking low. What the fuck? I can see why this is doing numbers. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to be on TikTok. I don't want to be on TikTok. I guess we're gonna watch Duck TikToks for a second. Oh, is this? I wanna hug a gator. Surprisingly good animation that Dream Daddies didn't have. Dream Daddies didn't have any animation, by the way. Thanks, Game Grumps. Oh, this is cute. I like that you're not reacting to it. You're just like lost. You're just lost in the feels.
Oh my god, I love this game, dude.
Aw, that's cute. The bald man wins. Bald man wins. If you're bald, you can always date an alligator. The fresh out of prison Riz. Do you have an OnlyFans? Why would I have an OnlyFans? Why do people keep asking me that? You just see a woman online and you just assume she does porn. You need to stop gooning, bro. I like this a lot. Composition's good. Love the perspective. Love the selfie perspective. Makes me want to like work on perspective because I hate doing that shit. I fucking hate perspective drawing. I hate drawing environments. This is fantastic. No notes. I know it's unfinished, but yeah, you've got a good direction that it's going in. Tectone wins. Baldo got the bad lizard. Yeah. I love scrolling. I'm consuming. Let's see. I played that game Gator before. She fell down the stairs in my story. I thought that was Omori. I thought that only happens in Omori. Oh, Yasumi. Oh, Yasumi. Close your eyes and you'll leave this dream. Oh, hello. Greetings. I like him. He looks very Hades. Very Hades-pilled. This arm's fucked, though. It's a little short. And it's very stiff. I would push this gesture more. Maybe give him, like, some more distinction between his forearms. For the forms of his forearms. Say that 5 times fast. Forms of the forearms. Forms of the forearms. Omori mentioned? Of course. I love that game. I'm not playing Omori. It's gonna make me sad. That's exactly why you should play it. Have a good day. You have a good day, too! I'm having a terrible day, but I'll try to have a good one later. That looks like Big Money Salvia cosplaying suits. It kinda does. Yeah, all this bit is good, you just fucked up the arm. Which I understand foreshortening is hard. Just maybe get some pose reference for that. The gesture in general just looks a little stiff. Let me do a little demonstration here. So to prevent your gestures from being stiff is you want to look for like through lines. So you like keep use a darker color. You keep the momentum.
What's the crappiest job you've ever worked in? Tell me a story. Open mouth smile.
I'll tell you a story 1 second. I'll tell you fucking all about Marvel. So you find through lines. So let's say this part connects to the leg, and then you got this nice through line here. You emphasize that. So, you know, that's why it feels kind of broken in this area, because, you know, it should have more, you know, it kind of halts the rhythm a bit. And then you could have like this connect for this through line. It just feels a little short. And then sometimes when you're doing poses, you should try your best to see how far you can break it before it looks fucked up. So exaggerate the pose a little bit. So like, you know, Make him arc his back like a little slut. Maybe get that ass out a little bit. Get his chest coming out more. Something like that. Maybe tell him to throw his hair back a little bit. Maybe give him like a sexy little tilt at the camera instead of just like straight up and down. And then there's stuff you can do with the cape too, so it flows with the rest of the body, because right now it's kind of just doing its own thing, but you know, you can do stuff like that where, you know, it follows the rhythm of the body. So experiment with doing that. Take pictures of yourself doing goofy poses, and then draw that. Definitely use reference. Alright, so Marvel. So one time at Marvel, I had this deadline that came out of nowhere, right? It was like 6 o'clock, and I was about to call it quits for the day, when my lead is like, hey, I need you to finish this character to completion, because the visual development supervisor wants to see it for a meeting in the morning. So I'm like, oh fuck, why are you doing this to me right now when I'm about to go home? That's really gay. But, you know, since I was a good little pig, good little work pig, I went ahead and I said, okay, well, I don't want to get fired, so I'm going to commit to doing this for the rest of the fucking night so I can get it done for my visual development supervisor, like a good little boy, like the good little boy that I am. I'm gonna lay down and take it up the asshole for Marvel, because it's a cool IP, and it looks good on my resume that I work there, and I should be passionate about working there, because, you know, Spider-Man. So, I work all fucking night. I get my period. I have, at about 3 in the morning, I have a flare-up of endometriosis, and for those of you who don't know what that is, endometriosis is a condition that some women can have where bits of your uterus grow in places that are not your uterus. And then when you have your uterus shedding time, it hurts like a son of a bitch. It's like giving birth. So every month I give birth, basically. Usually if I take Advil, within like a window of when my tummy starts rumbling, it doesn't hurt as bad. But since I was so engrossed in my work and trying to get it done before the deadline, I neglected to take my medication because I was trying to finish it so I could go to bed. So lo and behold, I am doubled over in excruciating fucking pain, the equivalent to giving birth. I'm doing everything I possibly can. I remember at that point to take my medication, but by that point it's too late. If it's too late, the medication doesn't work. So I have to spend 2 hours just crying at my desk, hunched over, one hand on my computer, trying to toggle shit in ZBrush, the other one on my front butt, trying to like punch it, because if I hit it from the outside hard, it hurts a little bit less. Like if I counteract the pain with more pain somewhere else, that kind of helps. So yeah, I struggle through that. Eventually the pain subsides, and I meet the deadline before 9 o'clock, so I meet it at about 6 a.m. and then I submit my work to my lead. So I'm like, okay, so I tell my lead on Slack. I tell my lead on Slack, like, okay, I spent all fucking night doing this. It's 6 a.m., but here's what I have. I'm gonna take a nap for a few hours, and then I'm gonna wake up again because I have work. I have work at 9 a.m. I'll see you at 9. Gonna take a little snooze. I take my little snooze. I wake up at 9. Then I ping my lead on Slack. I ask, so how did the meeting go? Did the visual development supervisor like it? Where are my notes? My lead says, well, actually, so the visual development supervisor didn't look at it today because he was in a bad mood. So he decided not to do his job today. And then I fucking lost it on my lead. I don't think I've ever chimped out so hard at a person before. Yeah. All of that bullshit, all of that literal physical pain, all of the lost hours of sleep, all of the speed running Alzheimer's any percent, just for the guy not to show up because he couldn't control his fucking tantrums as a 45-year-old man. Like, everybody that works at Marvel is a fucking megalomaniac, man. I can't deal with those people. Actually, it's just most corporations. Like, the higher up you get, the more of an ego people have. So I do not want to repeat that experience ever again in my fucking life. Every time I submit to authority, bad things happen to me, and that's why I have such a severe problem with it now. How is that legal? Oh, it's perfectly legal. Also, not paying people overtime is also legal. I did 6 months of unpaid overtime there. They never paid me for it. They only started paying for it when, together as a group, the modeling department realized what was going on, and we all complained together. Thank you for this $2 super chat. Trell double L. The naps are not in your job description. Yeah, I need to permanently be awake in case Marvel calls me like I'm a fucking obstetrician, like I'm like helping people give birth. I need to be on call for Marvel. They didn't pay you overtime, not for the first 6 months, no. They didn't pay us shit. They just paid us our normal wage, and then we were all like working weekends. Like, we didn't have days off, and they didn't fucking compensate us for that. Unions are fire. Oh, you think that? When we all got laid off from Marvel, do you know what they fucking told us? They're like, oh, well, now that you're fired, why don't you pick up some classes at the local community college to bolster your 3D modeling skills. And for those of you who are concerned about money, now that you're gonna be unemployed, you can always go to the local soup kitchen. You can always get in line behind the homeless people and get a bowl of fucking rice. The unions do not give a shit about you. Okay, the most they do is they prevent you from being paid like they get paid in Japan, so like minimum wage. They make it at least so you get reasonable wages. But when we complain about all of the unpaid overtime, they didn't give a shit. They're like, oh, well, so Marvel has like an amount of required overtime that they're allowed to push on you. I'm like, bitch, that wasn't in my fucking job description. No, they don't. What are you talking about? That's illegal. What the fuck? That sucks, monkey balls. Indeed. Indeed it does. I hear getting kicked in the balls sucks really bad too, so I guess we got that trade-off. I think I'd rather get kicked in the balls, because at least that's over fast. That's like over in like 10 minutes. Endometriosis is like 4 hours of giving birth. I love telling my family my company has me work 60 hours and they say it's illegal, like it doesn't happen every week. Yeah, they don't give a shit. That's why I won't fucking work for people anymore. They do not give a shit about you as a human being. I just have to work harder. Buster the horse from Animal Farm. Amount of required overtime. Yeah, that's like something somebody made up. No. No. If you're broke, consider making more money. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Marvel doesn't even make anything good that people want to watch. 911, what's your emergency? What do you mean you're being murdered? They can't do that. That's illegal. Yeah, unions, they do fuck all. They just make it so you don't get McDonald's wages. Because if animation companies could, they would. And that's what they do in Japan. And that's why if you're working on Chainsaw Man, you can't afford rent. But you do it anyway because Japan. Holy shit, Marvel straight up evil. Marvel's the worst place you can fucking work as a VFX artist. It's a very common experience, even if you're not even working directly in their animation studio. If you're like working in a place that they outsource stuff to, you also get fucked. Anyway, next! This is why I'm tired of people on like YouTube telling me, oh, you just need to work harder. You're not qualified for these senior positions. That's why you stopped getting work, because you're only mid-level. If you added more stuff to your portfolio, then you could probably get work. First of all, that's not true, because there's no fucking jobs. Second of all, I wasn't going for the senior jobs. I was going for the mid-level jobs, but now everybody's so stretched thin that they're giving the mid-level jobs to seniors. And third, I would never intentionally do this to myself ever fucking again. I don't want to work in 3D anymore. This was a decision I made on purpose to not go back. I don't want to fucking work in 3D anymore. I'm done. I had enough abuse. I didn't like it. I didn't like my drive to want to create art I didn't like that it got perverted by a studio, by a corporation, by somebody trying to make money off of my sweat and tears. So I'm not going back to that shit. God damn it. Leave me alone. Fuck. People on YouTube are so stupid. I feel like there's like a very interesting mind virus happening in YouTube comment sections. There's a very specific breed of retard that happens in YouTube comment sections. Make your own senior position with self-employment. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not like going back to working with people. Fuck that.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna have to crane my neck to look at this. Actually, let's we can do Photoshop magic for this.
Transform. What? No. Oh, no. Excuse me.
Where'd it go? Where the fuck is it? Son of a bitch. Where? Not what?
God damn it!
So I guess let's zoom out of it because that way we can see what the screenshot is doing. Transform. I guess counterclockwise. Why? Why does it? What is happening? Why is it? Oh. Okay, I see what happened. It didn't rotate the whole screen. That's why. I'm stupid. Okay. Alright, so got some issues with her face. I like the design, but she has some anatomy problems. Where's my fucking tablet pen? Where did I put it? God motherfucking damn. Where'd it go? Oh, it's on the floor. Sometimes you have to retard, Max. How's your mom? You've been caring for a cancer patient mom, right? She got her insurance finally okayed her medication. So we go on Monday to get her first injection of a hormone blocker, so she should be feeling gooder sooner. So that's cool. Over the last couple of days, she's been less nauseous, so that's also cool. I got really worried a couple weeks ago because I thought she was like rapidly deteriorating because she would just sleep all day and stare off into space. And I'm like, oh shit, what's happening? But it turns out she was just fucking pissed. She's just pissed about having cancer and she just like refused to like move or communicate. But she's in a better mood now. She's still quite dizzy and she can't eat much, but we're on the way to fixing that. I have high hopes. Alright, so she's got a little bit of a fish face here. So we could, let's try all these layers. I'm gonna move this eyeball. We don't want the hair moved with it, but the eyeball should like be over here. And then there's perspective in the eyeball. It looks like you just drew an eyeball dead on, but she's not looking dead on. She's looking at an angle, so I would watch that. So it would be more like, let's fill this in. Should I just fucking cover it up? There's kind of no way to fix it. You just have to redraw it. You gotta emphasize the glabella. Remember the word from last time. It's the glabella. It's this little area. Like this forehead ridge thing. So remember to look at reference. So it would be something like fucking, oh, this is so low res. Something like this, where, you know, see it at an angle. You know, you draw a circle, and then you wrap it around at an angle. You wrap the eyeball around at an angle. So it would be something more like this. I drew it too low. It should be higher up, I think. Scooch that up a little bit. I had to be a caretaker for my mom 2 years. It takes a lot out of you. I respect people who do that. I mean, you know, I love my mom, so, you know, I gotta. I don't have any siblings. Well, I have siblings, but they all suck ass, so they're not stepping up at all. So it's up to me. I don't mind that, because I love my mom. She's worth it. You know, she, you know, gave birth to me and shit. So it would be something more like that. I lost the color you were using. Let's use this. perspective and shit. Well, it's kind of fucked, but you know what I'm saying. I get performance anxiety with these things. I swear I know how to draw eyes, I promise. But yeah, just use reference, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I think the cheek would also come out more to emphasize that, and then like all of this forehead bullshit. So you can see that, it's a 3/4 view. I like the design though. The design's quite cute. Cute little lassie you have going on. Just gotta watch the perspective with eyeballs. Let's see, what else do you have here? So you did it closer here. You just watch the eye stuff. Again, you didn't do it here. It just looks like you took the same eye, reversed it, and then you like squished it to make it look smaller. That's not how eyeballs work. So yeah, let's see, let's just grab an example. Like that! Some of it's obscured by the nose and shit. And you have this ridge of the eyebrow. Like that! Being the drummer and the not as talented sibling sucks pretty hard. Wait, what's happening? You're a legend, Mika. Family is the most important thing. Well, I only have my mom and my dad for the most part. So I gotta take care of those people. I don't talk to my siblings at all because they all suck dick. Her gender is anime girl. When's the gender reveal party? I'll just keep you guys guessing. Tracing, I can't visualize. Tracing helps. Tracing helps you feel stuff in your hand, and then you can turn your hand into eyeballs, basically. You'll know what it feels like anatomically if you've done it enough times with your hands. It's kind of like muscle memory with like playing an instrument and trying to memorize a song. Was the Discord and how can I join? Let me pull that up for you. Let me pull that up for you, sir and or madam. Here it is. Copy. Even with all the BS in the workplace, would you say you are happy with the skills that you have learned? I didn't learn anything in the workplace. I learned everything from school. Working made me worse at 3D modeling because I had to put up with a bunch of people who had really outdated strategies for 3D modeling. And when they're your boss, they insist that you do the same shit as them, and then it gets really fucking frustrating because it's like you're going backwards. I have 4 siblings, 2 below royal ass, the other 2 are really chill. That's cool. I wish I had more siblings. I mean, I have like a bunch of step siblings, and I don't get along with any of them because I don't like their mom. But, yeah, maybe I would have had higher chances if my mom and dad had more kids. Or maybe not. Maybe they're all just genetically fucked. Maybe I would have been the only good one. I want to make better armored whammons. Okay, so I was having this issue. I hate drawing armor. This was my challenge earlier with the knight. With the roaring knight. I like this hairstyle because it's the same one I have. I would practice your metal. It's kind of all over the place. So the thing with like armor is it's not gonna be this shiny. It's gonna be shiny to a degree. What's the property of metal where it's like it's not always chrome? It's kind of got like ridges in it. I think it's anisotropic. You know what I mean, but let's just look at pictures of fucking knights, for example. So, it's shiny to a degree, but I think stuff like this looks more accurate. Because, the wear and tear of using a suit of armor, it's never gonna look like perfect chrome, because that's like, it's not how being in battle works. So I would tone the reflectiveness of it down, especially because it's very visually distracting. It's like taking up a lot of visual real estate and I can't really tell what's happening. Anisotropic, cool, I was right. So those are like cool terms I learned about material properties in 3D. And then never again and never in the workplace. I only learned that stuff at school. And then none of that stuff was ever like relevant when I worked, because when you have to get something done in 2 weeks, you don't have time to think about that shit. Who would have thought? When somebody has a fucking gun to your head and a unreasonable deadline, you don't have time to think about that. But yeah, let's see. I think your shape language for it is really good. It kind of reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh characters. Like that one, it's like a mage girl. I don't know, I've never watched fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I would just like calm down with the extreme reflectiveness of the metal. I would make it duller. Ooh, what the fuck? Dark Magician, yeah, that's the one. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! I know of that because I've seen it. Oh, let me scooch this. Yeah, knights took care of their armor. Can bikini armor be shiny? I guess knights can take care of their armor. I'm just like, my opinion is I think it looks better when it's less shiny. I like some wear and tear on my shit. And then in that drawing, it's a little bit compositionally distracting because there's just like a lot of it happening. It's like looking at a chrome man. What distinguishes between an art mistake and a stylistic choice? If it looks good, that's it. Sometimes you have happy accidents and sometimes they look good and you leave them. So you know, that's why, you know, there's always that, oh, it's not a mistake, it's just my style. Well, if it looks bad, then people are gonna point it out. If it doesn't look bad, people won't notice. Alrighty, this is spooky, what the fuck? Alright, so color palette is all over the place. I would hone that in a little bit more, and it's quite dull. Looks like you're just shading with black. But I like the idea of it. It's fucking weird. This is like, reminds me of like what a Shaco rework could look like if Riot Games was cool, but they're not. So we'll never get that. Old idea, but I like the base idea. I haven't really drawn these last years. That's okay. You just gotta get back on the horse. I can't really tell. I guess this is meant to be like foreshortening. Like they're holding the bouquet directly at you. In which case I would exaggerate this more. I would like make this bigger. To communicate the depth. Oh, this is the backside. That's cool. This is an interesting hat. It looks like chicken. It looks like drumsticks. It's kind of weird, but I like it. I think just what would help you is like having more color harmony in this and better choices when it comes to shading. Happy little accidents. Yeah, Bob Ross. I'm like Bob Ross if he was dropped on his head. Don't touch my Shaco. He's perfect. A lack of lore is part of his charm. You know they're gonna ruin him, right? Like they did to Victor. They're gonna fuck his little clown pussy up. He's not gonna be the same. So you play him like while you can. He's on the chopping block. It's only a matter of time before they fuck up his little clussy. I just darken and saturate color and shade like that. Okay, so don't do that. It's not how light works, unless you're in like a room with no windows. It makes things look really muddy, and it takes away from the vibrancy that your shit could have. Check out my color theory video. That's not me shilling, it's just me
Shaco has
telling
a
you.
femboy skin where he has thick thighs.
I saw that skin.
How tight that jester bung hole.
I know exactly what skin you're talking about. They didn't need to go that hard on the thigh action. But yeah, check out my color theory video. It's not like to shill, it's just like to explain that color theory is easy and it's not scary. It's actually just not a lot of work at all. You just need to know what you're doing. They keep reworking champs I play. I stopped playing after the Yorick mid-scope. What's going on in League of Legends in like the last 7 months? I haven't played since January was the last time. So I'm like 8 months clean. Feels good, man, I must say. Oh yeah, I do like the shape language for this. I like this curve that you have going here.
No, Mika, stop.
No, Mika, stop. I just want to know what's happening. I'm not like, I like, it's like a train wreck. Like, I want to see that the game and the people who play it are suffering. Trimmed armor, the one you showed, often has silver and gold plated to add luster, and silver tends to give the that color you showed among with the impurities in the middle. Better armor or better armor. I mean, sure, I'm just saying, this feels very busy to me when I look at it. Sure, it could be physically correct, but sometimes physically correct isn't the choice. Sometimes you have to make artistic choices. This just feels very busy to me. I like my armor with, like, scuffs and dirt and shit. That's just, like, that's my 3D modeling brain when it comes to, like, object texturing. You want the wear and tear, because when you just have, like, a pure chrome item, it looks out of place and it doesn't look real. Like, even something like this, even if you were to do pure chrome, you would have, like, some variation in the glossiness over it. For example, like, okay, say you grabbed your armor with your oily little hands, and you got, like, fingerprints and shit on it, so that part of the armor would be less glossy than the, like, completely clean parts. So I think wear and tear is justified. Modern League lore is a follow-on from Arcane S2, with Mel moving back to Noxus and LeBlanc and Vladimir doing some scheming shit. I saw that cinematic when it came out. I was wondering if there were any more. I don't think I'll ever, like, I don't even know if I'll watch the Noxus show, because Arcane 2 was such a shit show. Thank you for the sub, Tobby Rots. I'll submit my peeing Jesus when I'm done. I demand pain, though. What?
Yes.
I saw your video about following your passion, and it was so relatable to my own experience. Love your content. I'm glad you related to it. Actually, I'm sad that you related to it. I'm sad that a lot of people have gone through the same thing. That really kind of fucking sucks that the industry is sick. How do you make armor look more metallic and chrome? You study it. You look at chrome armor. You just make it shiny as fuck. You do lots of this banding shit, so it looks like it's reflecting all of the stuff in your scene. See, I'm saying I like some more stuff like this, where it's not as shiny. It's slightly duller. It's got the anisotropic feel to it. And this is, like, less of a strain to look at. Like, this is technically shiny and clean, but it's not, like, burning holes into your eyes with chrome. And it can be done well. Like, this looks nice. This is, like, burning your eyes with chrome, but it's done well. Sometimes what you can do is you can just, like, grab this and use it as an overlay on your painting, and then, like, transform it around so you can get, like, a better metallic feel to your shit if you're like struggling to render it by hand. You can always just use, like, a texture overlay of metal. I care about League so little these days. I stopped watching Arcane after I noticed it was based on League, so wait, you didn't know that going into it? You didn't fucking know that? The clip of young Darius smacking Trundle in the face was rad, and if they include more cool shit moments like that, I'll watch the Noxus show, even if it's about stupid shipping crap. I love the fights. I like that part too. I like when it, like, went back to its roots as an action show, but the shipping is just too fucking much to me, man. I can't deal with it. It ruins the whole fucking show. I've been like this since I was a child too. Like, when I was watching Teen Titans as a kid, and then there were, like, episodes of, what's his fucking face? Robin and Starfire, and they, like, started kissing and be like, what the fuck is this? I want them to go back to fighting people. Why are they making out? I would get pissed off as that even as a child. I hate shipping. I think it just takes away from, the storytelling if you just have people making out with each other for the fans. It's just such a pain in the ass. It's like, it throws a wrench in the action. The only Arcane thing I hear is shipping wars. If you tell people online that, Victor and Jace isn't canon and they're just friends, people will flame you for it. People, like, make death threats at you for not saying that they're gay. And so that's why I don't like dealing with people with, who have fanboy brain rot. It's very frustrating. Arcane Season 1 is good, S2 is bad. Yeah, just don't watch Season 2. Pretend it's not there. Pretend everybody died when Jinx nuked them. I don't need reminders that I don't have a significant other. It's not that. It's just like it's forced. It's just like fucking slapped in, and you know that they're just doing it to appease fans, so the fans will buy more like merchandise and they'll like goon about it on Twitter. It's just like an annoying marketing strategy. Hard to agree. Violence is better than sex. Sex nerds ruin so much stuff. It's not about the violence. It's just like about the overall plot. And I think if you took out the shipping in Arcane Season 2, that still wouldn't have saved it, because the whole thing was a fucking mess. Because you could tell they were supposed to get 3 seasons for Arcane, and then halfway through, they told Fortiche, hey, guess what? You're getting 2. We ran out of money. You're getting 2! And then they fucked the pacing up so goddamn hard. And then they had the unnecessary episode where, Echo and Jinx are a happy, fun time couple in the good everything went okay universe. I still don't know why that episode was even necessary. Why'd they put that in there? That was like an hour of screen time they could have used in so many better ways, but they're like, here's your shipping bonanza, goon to this, and then they ruined it. You can tell Jinx was supposed to give them what they fucking deserved. Yeah, dude, Mel was definitely supposed to fucking die. You can't tell me that she wasn't supposed to be goddamn obliterated, man. All that shit just got so retconned, and it's so obvious that it was. Gooner Maker, Gooner Kid, Gaster followers. I skipped the intro, but I don't know if I'm too old, too white, or too cis, or whatever, but 9% of the music is absolutely terrible. You can feel the French guy picking the songs that worked. Okay, so Season 1, the music was incredible. Season 2, the music sucked. And then the fact that they made, like, very pivotal moments in the story into, like, musical montages. Like, the part where Caitlyn's grooming over her dead mom, and they're just like, oh, let's make a montage about it. Dude, that's such cheap writing, man. That's so fucking lame. And she comes out of it literally Hitler. You give her a song, and then she comes out of the sad song as, like, motivated Hitler to go and gas all the Undercity people. Fuck that show. They ruined it so fucking hard. I'm Ween Gaster, the Royal Gooner. If the Royal Gooner isn't the final boss of Deltarune, I'm gonna be pissed. Alright, let's do like a couple more of these, because it's already 5 o'clock. You guys might like this one. Did this last year for one of those Halloween sketch-a-day exercises. Oh, fucking Inktober? I don't like doing those because they make me feel bad about my art, because I'm not very fast. Just a quick one, but I think the arms are neat. I really like the cross-hatching in the background. That looks sick as hell. This is like that one cryptid, right? I forget what she's fucking called. And it's like a robot version of her. That looks cool. She looks like a haunted pepper shaker. Let's see, how do I feel about this overall though? I guess it just feels too clean. Like, it looks like you were trying really hard to get the primitives right, and sometimes that's not the move. Sometimes you need to add a little wonk, like you did with the arms. The arms are in fact neat. I think you could have added some wonk to this, her dress here, her cylindrical dress. You could have added a little bit more, shape experimentation to that. What's the name of this cryptid? I forget. Yeah, the Flatwoods monster. That's the one. So what you're saying is your ex-husband had a montage. He listened to some Kanye West, and then he got some ideas. Got some silly little ideas. I like the contrast between the red overall and the cold lights here, and that's nifty. Gotta go. Good night. Eat Riot Games. Yeah, fuck Riot Games. Good night, though. Most of the theories, I believe, are stuff me and my friends make up as we play about Deltarune. I think Asgore hitting Des with his truck is canon. Toby has to make that canon. He has to. But yeah, I do think the arms are neat. I just think this is like a little too clean. Especially like compared to the rest of it, like these little knobs on her have the wonk, but then this part doesn't have the wonk. If you're gonna have wonk everywhere and not just like in select places. Go full wonk with it. Hard G word on the Deltarune theories, don't say it. Did your husband like fish sticks? Yes. Yes, he in fact did. Alright, let's do one more. Hey, I need help improving color scheme because it's pretty boring and lacks value variation. Here's a sewer penal? Sewer panel? Duty guard. So he
Is
has
shipping okay if it is about a big shot and a sexy TVMAN?
Shipping is good if it's like subtle, not just a 3-minute clunge mashing scene. That was unnecessary. Jinx is in the prison cell and she tells Vi, hey, I'm gonna do a bad thing to myself. I am heavily implying things that will cut my own life short. I'm gonna go do that now. And then she runs off. And then Vi is stuck in the cell. Then Caitlyn arrives to release Vi from the cell. And instead of Vi saying, oh shit, I gotta go stop my sister, she's like, hey, Caitlyn, do you know what I really want to do? Do you know what I really want to do right now? And then just... for 3 minutes. Alright, so, he's a sewer penal duty guard, so he has an old uniform jacket and it's supposed to be dirty and grimy, and the yellow sleeve is from a different suit. Any advice, suggestions, please, and thank you. Let's see. I mean, it is dull and grimy, but I think that's working for him. Like, if you want to really experiment with it, just increase your saturation for some of these base colors here. But overall, yeah, it's got good color harmony. You have this yellow accent, which is repeated here and here. And then you have this overall brown and blue color scheme. And then this little green accent here, too. It looks fine. It looks great to me, man. Maybe you could just, like, punch the blue up a little bit more to add, like, more flavor to it. But I think it looks great. What are the horns for? It's so everybody knows I'm horny. So true, they didn't even go full blue is the warmest color. I don't know what that is. I know it's about lesbians, I think. This model is lit. Yeah, this is nice. I think you've just been looking at it too long. You need to let it cool off. Some people need to let art cool off so they can realize where their mistakes are, and some people need to let let art cool off. Sorry, I'm having a stroke. You need to let their art cool off because they've been looking at it too long and they don't realize that they succeeded hours ago. You sound like the latter of those two types of people. But yeah, I mean, most I could say is like make the blue more bluey. Make the blue more bluey. Yeah, the boots are cool. I can tell you hand sculpted these. That looks like it was a pain in the dick. But yeah, you've got really good folds in the boots. I like that he has a bunch of nooses. That's pretty tight. Sent you concept art on the characters from my work in progress graphic novel. Would you be able to give me tips? Oh yeah, you did send me that on Instagram. I'll send you a DM later. If I think you're the same people. Some of you have different names on YouTube and Twitch than you do on Instagram, but I think I know who you are. I'll take a look at that. I just haven't had the chance to because my sleep schedule got all fucked up today. What tablet am I using? I'm using a very ancient 2015 Wacom Cintiq 22 HD. I love this thing because it has lasted me 10 years and it'll probably last me another 10 years. This thing's sturdy as fuck. There's nothing wrong with it. It's huge. I've got lots of painting real estate. I love this piece of shit. It's very sturdy. I've dragged it through airports and stuff, and it hasn't had any problems. It hasn't broken, nothing. It's just a really good machine. Clunky as fuck, but, you know, reliable. My Wacom bamboo still works. Yeah, that's what I like about Wacom stuff. They're basically indestructible. You got really good folds. Hey, girl. Got really good folds. Yeah, this tablet has paid for itself. Vi relationships suck. Her sister needs serious help, and Caitlyn treats her like a hired gun. She disrespects her in every way she can to fulfill her plans. It's so bizarre, but they only see the LGBT. Yeah, it's just fucking shipping. It's there to appease lesbians, I guess. But it doesn't add any real substance to the story. It if anything, it takes away from the story. Like, Caitlyn and Vi in the first season had so much chemistry, and then they just farted that all away for shipping appeasement. Like, why would you do that to your own baby? Like, I couldn't see that for any of my OCs. I couldn't see myself bowing to my audience like that. That's so sad. Been curious how you started out, because holy shit, I hate Blender. I don't use Blender. that's why. I went to school where people hold your hand, and it's a little bit less scary because you got somebody telling you what to do and you can ask them questions. But yeah, this is good. This is good. It's a good sculpt. Really nice. I like it. So it's 5:16. I am falling asleep. I'm really tired, so I'm gonna, this is it for today. I will stream Sunday. I don't know what we're doing. It might be a stream where you guys watch me build a hospital bed. We'll see. But thank you for coming. Thank you for submitting your art. Hope you guys got some valuable critique. And even if I'm not the one looking at your art, there's 1,000 people in the Discord now. One of them's gonna look at your art and give you pointers, so I like that we're growing as a community. That's really lit. I don't know if people say lit anymore. I still say lit. We're bringing back lit. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I discovered your content 2 hours ago as a jaded autist artist, really enjoying the stream and taking notes on the artisting and fartsing. I'm glad you're getting something out of this. Join the Discord for more art help. There's a lot of good people in there. So I'll see you next time. I'll see you guys Sunday. Hopefully I'll have fucking slept. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. I'm gonna go take a nap. See you guys. Thanks for popping in. Join the Discord. Here's the Discord link one more time. Here it is. Oop, there it is. Oop, there it is. Haha. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Say it back.